Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I know it's been a while since I last posted. I have just been so overwhelmed with life lately, but I am so excited to finally sit down and share a cozy bookish video with you all. I have my coffee, my blanket, and most importantly my books, because today we are going to be talking about what I'm currently reading and my TBR for December. But before we get into that, I do want to just let you know that if you're ever interested in keeping up with what I'm reading or what reviews I leave on books, I do have a Fable account, which I'll leave linked in the description below. And if you're not familiar with Fable, it's basically just a much cooler and cuter version than Goodreads. I also do plan on starting a book club on there in the near future, so stay tuned for that. And as always, you can find me on Instagram at LifeByNayeli for more frequent updates. And with all of that out of the way, we can dive into this video. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with the first book that I started and finished this month, which is a novel love story by Ashley Poston. She is the same author of 7 Year Slip, which I did read before reading this one. I actually finished this last night, and this book is a whimsical romance with magical realism vibes. It follows Eileen, who is an English professor who finds comfort and safety in fictional romances, but finds herself stranded one day in a quaint little town, which just so happens to be the exact same town that is in her favorite romance series. It's very fun, it's very interesting. It's a super unique story, just like I think other Ashley Poston books are. And while I did enjoy it, I did find the writing and the plot to be repetitive at times, like I did with 7 Year Slip as well. But overall, the story is pretty enjoyable and it's fun and it's unique. So with all of that in mind, I did give it a 3.75 stars on Fable. I do think that if you like quirky, lighthearted love stories with a magical twist, then you would probably enjoy this one. Okay, so now let's move into my TBR for the month, and I am super excited about it. I have a fun mix of festive reads as well as some Stephen King thrown in there for variety. So here is what I'm planning on reading in the exact order that I plan to read it. Okay, so up first we have In a Holidaze by Christina Lauren. It is a festive romantic comedy with a time loop twist. It follows Mei Lin, who keeps reliving the same Christmas vacation until she figures out what truly makes her happy. Now, this will be my third Christina Lauren book. I read The Unhoneymooners first, and then I read Love and Other Words, and both of those books were so good. Their writing is incredible. It's so beautiful. It keeps me invested and interested. They're also very fast-paced, and this one's not that thick of a book, so I'm really excited, and I think that I will breeze through this one. This is what I'm gonna start reading today, and I'm really excited about it because I really love Christina Lauren's writing. Okay, next up is The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore, which is the third book in her Dream Harbor series. This book follows Kira, who is a grumpy Christmas tree farm owner who reluctantly accepts help from Ben, a vacationer with a very sunny and bright attitude. So it's very much grumpy sunshine vibes. And while I didn't love the first book in the series, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I actually really enjoyed the second book, The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. The writing is not anything groundbreaking. The stories aren't anything groundbreaking. They're very much Hallmark movie vibes. So if you're interested in something that's like very light and festive and cozy, I do recommend these books. They are a very quick, fun, lighthearted read, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Okay, so the next book I don't actually have a physical copy of. I am on the wait list for it on Libby. I think it says it'll get to me in like 5 weeks, so I'm not even sure if I'll be able to read it this month, but the book is The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Jane K. Cleland, or Cleland, I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name, but it is a cozy Christmas mystery with a whodunit kind of vibe set at a holiday party where a murder takes place. I don't know much about the book. I don't think I've read anything by this author. I am gonna be fully honest with you. I just saw it trending on Fable and thought that the plot was really interesting, and I liked the idea of a murder mystery set at Christmas time. So I'm really excited to read it. Cozy mysteries are just so fun this time of year, especially if they're festive. So I'm just really hoping that it can deliver on the mystery and the Christmas spirit vibe. Mwah. As I said, I am on the wait list for The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, so I might not be able to get it. And it's okay because I have a backup plan, which is How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Meghan Quinn. Ideally, I would love to read both, but I don't know how the time will go. But this is a spicy open door holiday romance with an enemies to lovers vibe. I am gonna be honest with you, I am not huge on spicy books. I know that that might seem a bit odd because all the books that I just recommended, all the books that I just talked about have some sort of spice. I prefer closed door or very minimal spice, which I do feel like most of these books are, except for The Christmas Tree Farm. I know Laurie Gilmore can go off just a little bit, but the rest of the vibes are so good and I just skimmed through it. So I don't know exactly how spicy this one is, but as long as the rest of the story is fun, I think I can enjoy it. It is set in a whimsical winter town where Cole Black, a recluse who hates Christmas, has to confront the festive chaos brought on by his cheery neighbors. So this is another one where I've never read anything from this author. I did see this trending all over TikTok and the cover is very cute. It's very, you know, Grinch inspired. And I saw a lot of people talking about it, so I was like, you know what, it's fun. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so I might as well give it a try, especially if I can't get my hands on the other book that I really want to read. And it seems like it's supposed to be like a really fun romantic comedy with humor and romance, so I really feel like I'll probably like it. I don't know how long the book is. I didn't look into it much, but it's on my list, and I'm excited to get to it if I get to it. Okay, so finally the last two books on my list I also don't have the physical copy for. I am also waiting for them on Libby, but I feel like I'll probably get those in time. I am anticipating reading these books, or at least one of these books, after Christmas, so just before the new year starts. And those books are Misery by Stephen King and The Shining by Stephen King. These would be my first Stephen King books that I'll ever read, and I'm actually really excited about it. Both of these stories are thrillers in a snowy, isolated setting, which feels perfect for that end of the year kind of vibe. Misery is about a famous author who gets held captive by an obsessive fan after a car accident, and I believe it's part thriller and part horror. Whereas The Shining is a modern horror classic about a haunted hotel and a family trapped there during a harsh winter. I have seen the movie for The Shining and I really loved it, so I'm excited to experience the original story. I'm really interested in thrillers right now because I recently read The Only One Left by Riley Sager, which did get me more interested in the genre. So I'm curious to see how the Stephen King books go. Obviously, he's a very famous author, and so I have high hopes for his books. Okay, so that is it for my TBR. I know it's not the longest list in the world, but I am trying to keep it realistic since it's such a busy time of the year, but I am really excited for all of these picks. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these or if you have any festive recommendations for me. I would love to hear what's on your TBR too. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to check out my Fable account if you want to follow my reading or join my book club in the future. I will have it all linked in the description below. And as always, you can find me on Instagram at LifeByNayeli for more updates or behind the scenes stuff. And with all of that said, I really hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help me out. And I'd also love for you to stick around. I'll see you in the next one. Happy reading! That was good. Mystery and on the mist. Perfect for this. So we need to be nice. Did I already say the name of the books? Yes. With an isolated setting. Ugh. Perfect for this time of year. Oh, I can't get my words right. I did. That's what I finished. Okay. Ah, I think that's good enough.